Hi, I'm Siddhi. Well, everyone thinks that UI UX designer is one of the easiest way of landing a high-paying job in a creative field. So, in this video, I will tell you the real truth. Yes, if you have seen such kind of videos and started with designing, then I must guide you in the right way. And in this video, I will tell you the real hardships of being a UI UX designer. Yes, it is not easy as it looks like. It is really, from insane competition to crowded market, it is really, really difficult to become amazing, to land an amazing job opportunity in this era. So I will tell you about everything about all the challenges a UI UX designer faces. And I will not just scare you by telling that. I will also guide you the right way and make sure how to master these challenges so that you can actually land a really high paying job and in the most easy way possible. So let's get started. Now, number one problem every designer faces is overcrowded job market. Now, what does overcrowded means? It means more designers than job openings. Yes, it means, like way too many people in UI UX design field makes it really, really hard for many of them to even land an internship. Yeah, forget about job. Even getting a paid internship in this field is really, really difficult. So this is a problem a lot of people are facing right now, and I will tell you how to overcome this particular challenge. Okay, let's understand it this way. So, most people think that being a UI designer means you just need to know how to draw pretty screens. That's it. Like nothing else. It's just about aesthetics. That's it. So this is why there are a lot of UI designers, like a lot. But the real problem in them is they do not know anything else except for UI designing. You ask them to solve a problem in UI UX designing, they won't be able to do it. You ask them to maybe think in a UX design way, they will not be able to do it. So don't just be a UI designer, but also be a problem solver, critical thinker, a person with good communication skills, a person with good UX design understanding. So this will really, really help you out in your jobs. So the real question is, how do you exactly build UX design thinking? It's just a simple answer. Read design books. Yes, you can even go through articles, but make sure that you read there are like a number of books about this in the market, so you can just go through them and you can just read what human psychology is, how to build design thinking, and you can follow those steps every single day. I would suggest at least read 10 pages of a book every single day if you want to develop that kind of UX design thinking, books related to UX design. So make sure you know all the principles and laws, and not just knowing them, but you also need to know how to apply these particular laws and principles. And make sure that you also know the color theory, how to pair 2 3 fonts in the particular app that you're using, that you're designing, so etc. Now, the problem number two almost all the designers face is underpaid jobs. A lot of startups and companies offer exposure work and offer very, very, very low salaries to them. Now, why this happens is because if you do not meet the required skills with the company. Now, for example, if a company wants someone who knows Figma really well, who knows at least the basics of HTML and coding, and maybe something like that, some set of skills, and you only know UI designing, so this will not work out, right? So this is why this happens, and I will tell you how to overcome this problem and not let this happen to you. How to overcome this particular challenge is you have to work on a real projects, like a real projects mean solving real case studies. Okay, just don't go on solving the most unrealistic problems that might never exist. Okay, solve the things that are that most people miss, the points that most people miss. Solve those kind of questions, solve those kind of problems, I mean. So work on such kind of case studies and make sure that you include everything. And again, don't just be a designer. You need to know even the basics. If you know the basics of coding, it is well and good because you have to work with the developer at the end of the day. So if you know the basics of coding, it might help you out very well. So yeah. Problem number three in this field is lack of clarity. Yeah, because in tech, engineers have a specific ladder. Like they have a ladder. Like you can go from junior to senior to a lead. But designers, they end up getting stuck at UI designer tag itself. So how do you overcome this? Is you can start your product design thinking. You can understand the business side of design, so that after you get additional skills, your UI designer tag can grow into maybe product designer or strategist, or even a UI design lead, UI UX design lead. So this is how you can, overcome this particular problem of not growing in the company. Now, problem number five is something almost everyone faces, whether in any field, not just in design, in any field, whether he or she is a freelancer or an intern or a person who is looking for a job, everyone faces this problem. And the problem is high rejection. Yeah, you apply for like 50 to 60 jobs and you just get, one, two replies, which eventually fade again. So, how to overcome this particular problem is build relevant skills, like build all the good skills, possible, because companies are looking for young talent. Okay, and if you only know some particular, if you can't communicate with the developers properly, if you don't understand how code works or anything, then I don't think, companies will surely reject you because you have no idea about your own industry. Like if someone asks you to, design, not just design an app or website, or maybe design a social media page, or anything like that, you won't be able to do it. Okay, so because you only know how to design an app or a website, you have not built, you have not built your skills such a way that you can design anything that they give you. So make sure that you build, relevant skills. Like don't just become a designer, like not just a UI designer, not just pretty screens. Make sure that you have that UX thinking. And if they ask you to, make their social media post, you need to have an idea of that. And maybe I'm not asking you to draw logos, but like at least have an idea of how it works. Maybe you can give it a try, such kind of a thing. Understand how code works, and don't just stick to one particular tool, because that is where a lot of people make a mistake. Do not just stick to, Figma. Like for example, you have learned Figma for like 5 6 months and you're done with it now. So now what you have to do, what a lot of designers do, is they continue, designing in Figma. That's not something that you're supposed to do. Yes, you need to, learn other tools also, like Adobe or Sketch or InVision, uh, tools like that. So because not all the companies want a Figma designer. Some might need an Adobe designer. So make sure that you know everything, like, at least these two famous tools, that is Figma and Adobe. So this is how you can overcome this particular problem. Hope you guys found this video informative and helpful, because these points, whatever I've included, the problems that I've included here were the problems I faced, and the problems other friends of me who are designers, they all face these problems. So, and the outcomes also, I've already researched about it, and I'm not just telling you looking at, some Google or something. It is all based on my personal experience. I've researched about everything. I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative. Don't forget to share it with your friends, other designers, and make sure that you work on these skills again and get back to me. If you have any doubts, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Bye bye.